So hey guys, so welcome to another Warframe video, and today I just want to talk about TennoLive 2021. So the biggest thing for me by far is the fact that we're gonna get not just crossplay but also cross-save. So not only will all the platforms be able to play together, your account will also work on all platforms. That's huge, though I am curious because as far as I know, Switch has a lower spawn rates. Yes, because it's just not as powerful as the other platforms. It's a technical limitation, and I assume it's going to be the same for Warframe Mobile as well. By the way, Warframe's coming to mobile. So how is spawning going to work? So that's one thing I'm curious about, but overall super excited about this because it means that hey, I can actually, play Warframe on Switch now and actually contribute towards my main account, which at the moment is just my PC account. So if I want to play on Switch, I have to play on my Switch account, and it just feels better to progress towards a global account where I have all my things. So once again, this for me was by far the biggest thing. After that, they revealed the next primed frame, which is going to be Nidus Prime, who looks really cool, and while I would love to show you the actual relay footage, we have to make do with the dev stream footage of the relays because the relays on PC kind of died. Though at least the servers died for kind of like a good reason, because there were so many people in game they actually broke their concurrency record and the servers just couldn't handle it. And then of course there was the new war, the first section of the new war. They essentially spoiled like the first mission. And this was, well, interesting to say the least, because this first section isn't played by you necessarily. You don't play as your Tenno and your Warframe. You first start off by playing as a Grineer unit called Khal, then it switches to a Corpus tech named Viso, and then you move on to playing as Teshin. Now, while for a lot of people it was just like, well, I can play as Teshin because a lot of people really like Teshin, for me, what was most interesting about this wasn't necessarily the gameplay, but the contrast between the Grineer and the Corpus. I've always favored the Grineer, and this kind of cemented my belief in them because, while the Grineer may be brutish, they are also honorable. They're in it for the queens and for their brothers and sisters, and they will fight till they die. Whereas the Corpus, while they may be smart and they have all this technology, all they care about is money. They don't care about anything or anyone else. And it's this contrast between the two factions that really made this interesting for me, because with the Grineer you see Vahag, he's calling him Brother Khal, he knows his number and he's encouraging him, and they see this big scary thing and they're like, we're gonna destroy it no matter what. Whereas with the Corpus, Alat can't even be bothered to remember the tech's name, and his endgame here is essentially just turn off all our weapons. And there's even a moment at the end where Viso is like, wait, you want to turn off all our weapons? And Alat just straight up says, look outside, we are not winning this, we might as well try to join them. Which, isn't necessarily a bad choice, but it's just the difference. Grineer see thing, Brother Khal, go destroy big thing. With the Corpus, it's just like, I need you to do a thing, and that's pretty much all I care about. If you can do the thing, I'm gonna give you some money, alright? Now, another thing that I found pretty interesting was them sort of rounding out the whole sentience calling us devils thing by making Era act in a very sort of angelic way. Because if you don't know this, in the Bible, there are multiple different sort of types of angels. Not all of them look like archangels, which are basically people with wings. There are seraphims and cherubims and ophanims, and they look horrifying. They're basically like what would happen if you took a Play-Doh zoo, smooshed it all together, and then you added a bunch of wings to them, or they're just rings with wings. And since they were so terrifying, what they would often do as they approach people is say something along the lines of, do not be afraid. Which is exactly what Era does as he approaches the child in Cetus, and later as he approaches Khal. So it kind of works with the whole, Tenno are the devil thing. So even though I'm not religious, that for me was pretty interesting as well. Oh yeah, and all of this is supposedly coming out in 2021, so yay! So yeah, pretty cool stuff. I'm very happy that they did the same thing they did last year, so they didn't overhype stuff, they just showed us what they have and let us decide whether it's cool or not. And with that, I want to ask you guys what you thought about TennoLive and, in general, TennoCon 2021, so let me know in the comment section down below. I thank you very much for watching as always, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.